Hey there, everybody. It's Jason Lucchese. Welcome to our training. Now, I have to give a big shout out here to David with the Wholesalers Toolbox. He asked me and my good friend Jason Palliser to put on this training specifically for his group. They've got a good thing going over there at the Wholesalers Toolbox. I checked out the website. You guys have some really, really great stuff over there. And I'm so thankful that David asked us to come over here and put the training on for you. And if you guys could see right here on your screen, we have something special for you. And that's going to show you how to get free, exclusive, motivated real estate leads. The big thing is these are not on the MLS and the sellers are begging for your help. And the main reason why David came out and was like, hey, can you really put on this training for my folks, you and your business partner, Jason Palliser, is because Jason Palliser, who I'm going to bring on here in just a minute, him and I have known each other for over a decade, and we've been business partners for about 3 years now. But he came to me with this strategy that he was implementing, and he just wasn't implementing at a small level. He was bringing this to me and like, hey, I want to bring something to you. This is something crazy right now with this market, and I've only been doing it for hedge funds. So you see, hedge funds have been hiring Jason. Well, they used to, until him and I became business partners, and he's no longer sharing this just with hedge funds. He's sharing it with real estate investors. These hedge funds would hire him, and they have big goals, right? Hey, we need to buy 30, 40, 50 houses in a month. And Jason would show them, hey, this is what we need to do, because he has 30 plus acquisition strategies. And the one that we're going to share with you today is his and mine. This is our absolute favorite, and it gets results like crazy. And they would hire him. And the cool thing is you're going to be able to see about $300,000 worth of testing that we did in about 300 different areas, specifically 138 cities. We spent over $300,000. Well, that was the hedge funders' money, and that was comprised over like 18 months. And we were able to find out exactly what works using data, okay? And now we have something spectacular here that we've been using since 2016. And this is something that not a lot of people know about. You don't need some gigantic marketing budget. You don't need to be doing a bunch of crazy things right now in today's market. You can literally take a hold of what we're going to be sharing with you today and make what you want with today's current economy. So what we're going to be sharing with you, this is what 9 and 10 figure hedge funds have been asking Jason to do here. And I'm going to bring him on here in just a minute, but we want to be able to show you this so you can bypass your competition in any market. What we're going to be showing you today, you're going to have the same tools and resources that these 9 and 10 figure hedge funds have been asking Jason to do for years. And now we are sharing it with just a select group. So thankfully, you should be thanking David over at the Wholesalers Toolbox for asking us to come on and do this here for you. So what we're going to do is, I've been talking here long enough. I am always super excited to talk about this. Jason Palliser knows that I just have a big passion for this, especially with us being able to help and be an advocate for the individuals that we're going to be sharing with you, like why they beg for you to buy their property from them. We're just going to share all of that here with you. So I see actually Jason just hopped on. So Jason, my man, how's everything going? Are you ready to rock and roll here? I know David's folks with the Wholesalers Toolbox are chomping at the bit to know what this is and what you are doing specifically here.
Yes, I'm ready to go. I can't wait to share. Absolutely.
Awesome, dude. And I know we do this from time to time here, but one of the things I just want to be able to ask you is, is it okay? Because one other thing, make sure you guys have a notepad and something handy to write with. Jason's going to be going over a bunch of things here, and I just want to make sure you guys are good to go here. We probably won't have a replay available here. This is something last minute that David with the Wholesalers Toolbox asked us to do, and we normally don't do these types of things. So with that, make sure you guys have something handy to take notes with, because you're not going to want to miss anything that Jason is doing. And hey, Jay, is it okay that at the end here, for just specifically for the Wholesalers Toolbox folks, can we do some Q&A here at the end?
Absolutely. I'll stick around and answer some questions, and I'll do that at the end. So yes.
Okay, awesome. So I know you've got a lot to cover. I've been kind of talking a little bit too much here. So I'm going to go ahead and just stay off to the side, let you peel back the curtain. So go ahead and take it away, buddy.
Okay, sounds good. So one, I'll start by congratulating you for being here. So what we're going to be talking about is this. We're going to be talking about how do we get free, exclusive, inbound, motivated seller real estate leads that aren't on the MLS that actually beg you for help. And so that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here. And the reason I'm excited is that out of 34 different ways that we grab properties for big companies in tons of cities, which we'll be talking about across America, this is my number one lead source of all time and my number one technique that I'm sharing with you, that we close deal after deal after deal every month. So I can't wait to show you this. So we're going to get ball rolling here. Now, as we get started, who is this for? Here's who this is for. Beginners. Hey, I'm just getting started out, haven't even done my first deal. Or if you've been doing it a while, hey, I've been investing for a little bit. So you're basically already in the marketplace as an investor and you've got a few deals closed, you're in the right spot. Or if you're just trying to figure out, is real estate investing the sandbox that I want to play in? And as you'll see, as we show you today, that you're passionate about helping people, then you're certainly in the right spot. So on this session, what are we going to be doing? One, I'm going to talk to you about the greatest lead source of all time. And I'll just say it this way as you're listening. Most people, whether you're new or you've been doing it a while, if I said, hey, tell me 10 different ways you get to off-market properties, getting there first. They're not, listed with a realtor. Most people fall apart after 6 or 7. We have 34 that we build out for big companies. I'm talking to you about my favorite one of all time. It's my number one lead source of all time. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to give you several reasons why on this training. And the biggest one for me, this is my pet peeve alert, why you should never just buy a list of distressed homeowners and mail them a letter saying, hey, I'll buy your house for cash ever again. It drives me crazy. That's what everybody in YouTube and Facebook guru land do, and it drives me absolutely. There's a better way to do this, folks. And the biggest thing for me, and I'm going to break it down for you, is this. Why you can stop all of the old school spray and pray marketing tactics. The gurus just simply tell you, hey, be consistent. Grab this list of 10,000 and let's go after it. Roll your sleeves up. And we are going to go well beyond that on this session. Some other things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about how we are going to help desperate homeowners and get paid very well to do it. It was mentioned earlier, bypass our competition in any market. The fun part, as you're going to be getting ready to take notes here today, is that you can bypass your competition. They can't stop you. They won't even know what hit them. It's not a fair fight by any stretch of the imagination. And here's what we're never going to be doing again. There is no more chasing down sellers. Drives me, hey, just make a bunch of phone calls. No. We are no longer chasing down sellers. We're actually going to start attracting the people that are begging you to help them. And why? How are we doing that? On this session, I'm going to teach you that getting exclusive inbound leads and a formula in place that we've tested out over a long period of time in 100 plus cities is the way to do this. Because what we're going to talk about is how to gain access to these exclusive inbound leads that aren't listed on the MLS for free. And the cherry on top is that the homeowners need your help right now. I'm not talking about, I might. No. They need your help right now. And they're willing to sell their property at a significant discount. And we're going to break down why. So essentially, I'm basically talking about what do you need to make 5 figures a month in real estate without any guesswork or wasting time, energy, or money. And make sure that you stay to the end, because as I'm done breaking this down, I'm actually going to do a case study for you on a deal that we made over 71 grand and teach you start to finish all the dynamics of what I just taught you and put it into play for you on how we grabbed the deal, flipped the property in 26 days using no money down strategies, and went straight to the bank and had a happy homeowner that was desperate for our help. So stay tuned for that. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. If we're going to play together well today, here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn off all distractions. If you have other tabs open, close them down, because I don't want anything to slow you down. Get in a quiet location so no one can interrupt you. Grab a pen, take some notes. I always tell everybody, take some screenshots. I will slow down in certain spots and say, hey, this one's really, really important. Take some notes, do a screenshot of this. So take some screenshots and then pay real close attention to our tested seller techniques. So this isn't guesswork. I already said that. This is not guesswork. This is down to a science, predictable results, because any day that you wake up and grab a coffee, we're already doing this on 138 plus cities. So get ready to go, eliminate distractions, and let's pull the ripcord. Now, here's the foundation that I have to lay. This is not get rich quick. Drives me insane. If you do this and follow step by step on my favorite lead source out of 34 that I'm going to teach you, it's not get rich quick, but I can tell you that you can get rich permanently if you do this the right way. This is not push button and get paid. This is not, hey, let's call hundreds of random homeowners. And this is certainly not some worn out guru trading where they tell you all to do the same thing, postcards and letters and send some text messages and be consistent. We are not talking about any of that stuff. You're going to love it, but you got to be willing to help people that need assistance right now, because this is about becoming a problem solver that's extremely profitable for everyone, which is a win-win. So I'm going to start with the problem today, and then we're going to solve it. Okay. So what's the problem? The problem is that most of you, whether you're new, whether you've been doing it 10 years or not, or doing it 20 plus years like I have, the problem is that all the noise out in the marketplace says, hey, let's just do some spray and pray outbound marketing. Grab a list in your city of 10,000 leads, and then let's do a little bit of marketing to them and start cold calling and pick up the phones, and that equals success. Folks, that is not the way to do it. That is the old way of doing it. And if you've done any of what I've been saying, then you're in the right spot. If you've done any of this whatsoever, then you're like the person you see right here going, yeah, I'm making calls and taking phone calls, and sellers are like, I'm not interested in selling. You're just one of those flippers. All of those things that give you heartburn, we're going to solve. So what is the solution? What's a better way to do it? Here's the better way to do it. Grab super motivated off-market leads, plus getting warm inbound calls, people wanting to talk to you, inbound calls from sellers. That's what actually equals success, doing this for a long time and doing it for hedge funds. This is the way to hit the bullseye, folks. I said out of 34 different lead sources, my favorite one of all time, here's where I'll slow down. Here's where you better start taking some hardcore notes. This is where you need to take a screenshot. My number one motivated lead source of all time is tax delinquent properties. Homeowners that have missed tax payments on their properties. Here's what I know. They're in every city across America. Here's also what I know. Homeowners that have missed a tax payment. So their property tax payment, they simply didn't make it for whatever reason, are in a serious bind. Typically, they have big equity in them, which I'm going to break down for you in a minute. And where this all starts to flow together, because we're going to start breaking this down on a granular level for you in this training, is this. States, and this is one that I would underline, screenshot it, underline it, print it, get a tattoo so that you don't forget. Whatever you got to do. States want their money, so they put laws in place to get it. I'm going to come back to that in a little bit, but I want you to hear this loud and clear. We're going to do something to get homeowners begging to talk to you, because we're going to take to our advantage that states want their money and they put laws in place to get it. So that's a big point that I really want to stick with you. Burn that in your brain. To illustrate my point, there are thousands. You don't have a lead problem. So as you're here right now, like I said, congratulations for being here. Look, you do not have a lead problem. You don't have a motivated lead problem. I just told you out of 34 ways that we do it. I mean, I could go at vacants, water disconnects, pre-foreclosure, all that stuff. Let's cut through all the clutter. Delinquent property tax are by far the best leads of all time. And here's the fun part. You don't have a lead problem. On average, there's 20,000 houses per state that have not paid their taxes and marching towards tax auctions, tax sales, tax liens to tax deeds, which we're going to be talking about. So here's Darius, one of our clients that has implemented the system that I'm about to teach you. Hey, for 6 months, I was hanging out bandit signs, a little frustrated, not getting results. I found the tax delinquent list and hit go on my first campaign. The fun part for us is in a couple days, got an incoming phone call from an older couple, and they needed help. They were behind 12 grand on their taxes. They had no money in savings. They're on Social Security. And because Darius followed step by step what we built out for him, he made 13 grand for 6 hours of work. And the fun part is that as an advocate, because that's what, take some notes. Here's our first pull back of the curtain a little bit. As a tax care advocate, because we're going to teach you how to use state tax laws to your advantage. As a tax care advocate, the homeowners were begging him for help. And right out of the gate in a couple of days, 13 grand. That's what I call the winner's circle, while helping homeowners that desperately need your help. So here's why. So we're going to have exclusive inbound leads coming to us. And this is why it's so important. It's way better than spray or pray marketing, is that you'll never have to do any of that type of marketing ever again where the gurus just say, grab a list, be consistent. I'll pay cash for your house. You'll never have to feel like a sleazy phone salesperson ever again, where you're just burning up the phones and 99% of it, I'm not selling. I've already had 15 calls of other people saying, I'm interested in one more property in the area. None of that stuff ever again. You'll never have to worry about whether you can make money in real estate again, because we're going to flip the script on this. And you'll have zero competition fighting over your deals, because we don't chase down leads or deals anymore. They come to us. So once you understand how to attract these exclusive inbound leads, you'll have motivated property owners calling you, begging you to purchase their property. You'll have homeowners telling you that they need help so that you can solve their problems. You'll never run out of deals, and you'll have the income and freedom that you want when you do this correctly. So who am I? So Jason Palliser here, 20 plus years, actually going on 24, as a real estate assassin, closing deal after deal after deal. We mentioned earlier, I've been doing this for hedge funds for about 16, 17 years, thousands of homes deep. We've done 34,000 off-market properties in 138 cities in 17 years. I get hired by all these big companies to speak on lead generation. I told you we do it 34 different ways, right? We're just teaching you today my favorite one of all time. I've closed over 3,200 investment transactions myself, training for companies, and I've trained 25,000 investors in all walks of life. Investors that are just getting started and brand new, investors that have closed a couple deals, and investors that are closing 20 to 30 or 40 a month and they want to go to 50 or 60 a month. I've trained everybody in between, and I'm about to teach you my favorite of all time, but this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is what I enjoy. So remember what I said? Screenshot, take notes, slow down a little bit for you. Why? Why delinquent property tax? So let's break this down so that literally you will lose sleep when you go to sleep tonight. If you don't wake up the very next day going, okay, I've got my new lead source of all time that I'm going to go after, but now you understand why. Here's why. Favorite lead source out of 34, which I talked to you about. We've tested 100 variations of what I'm about to teach you in 138 cities. But here's the big one. This is where you circle it, underline it, do whatever you need to do, burn it into your brain. People who are missing property tax payments and are marching towards tax sale are typically free and clear of mortgages. Here's why. If it was Jason Bank and I have a $200,000 loan on a property and the homeowner is 1 year behind on taxes, 2 years behind, or 3 years, and they're marching towards tax sale, remember what I said? I said that all states put laws in place to make sure that they get their property tax money. So what happens is this: if I don't do anything about it as the bank and I let the house go to tax sale, all those laws that are put in place in all 50 states will jump in front of a first mortgage, meaning it'll wipe it out. So if I don't do anything about it as the bank, then I lose my $200,000 lien. And we all know in this training that's not going to happen. So what do I do as a bank? I foreclose on them. So here's what that means to you. Here's where it comes full circle in your brain. This is why it's my number one lead source of all time. Because the ones that are left that are still out there marching towards tax sale, which we'll teach you how to grab those, typically don't have mortgages on them. They'll have a few small liens and judgments, and they'll have delinquent property tax on it, but they typically don't have mortgage, which means this. It is easy to create win-win deals with tons of equity in a property, which will produce big profits for you while helping homeowners that are running out of time. Because the reality is, if they get to that point, they walk with $0.0 in tax liens and judgments. So they desperately need your help. So here's what I know. Again, we're talking about why this is my favorite lead source of all time. Here's what I know. Homeowners that are missing their property tax bills have serious problems that go well beyond taxes, and they need your help. If you know how to market and speak to them. That's a big if. I'll say it again. If you know how to market and speak to them the right way. So again, this is why it should be your favorite. And I always tell everybody, hey, if you're going to put any effort whatsoever towards something in this real estate investment sandbox, and there's 34 different individual sandboxes to play in, maybe shouldn't you be playing in the sandbox where typically the homeowners have lots of equity or free and clear mortgages a very large portion of the time? Wouldn't that be a very smart, as you that are listening to that, you're the CEO of your business, right? Wouldn't you make a good executive decision to maybe put your effort in this sandbox? You should, because again, all 50 states put laws in place to grab those properties because they're going to get, come hell or high water, they're going to get their property tax money. So what we're going to do is we're going to use those laws to our advantage to help homeowners that need your help because they don't know what's going on. They don't know the rules, and we're going to teach you what to do and how to do it. Regular investors have no clue what I'm talking about. Again, kudos to you for being here, right? They have no clue what I'm talking about. And again, I'm going to start putting some of these pieces in place for you. And the fun part for me is this has nothing to do with tax liens or tax deeds. So if you're sitting here and going, okay, go after delinquent property tax homeowners. Is this tax liens, tax deeds? Is this tax overages, stuff like that? No. Hear me. I told you I was going to slow down when it's super important. We beat the pants off of those beginner strategies. Why? Because we have built out a process to get there first and have homeowners that absolutely, we had one person off of our delinquent property tax technique that we're going to be going over here that called us 20 times in an hour. That's how bad they wanted to talk to us. So this is well beyond tax lien, tax deed strategy, tax over strategy. We get there first and we beat the pants off of those beginner strategies, bar none. So here's one of our tax delinquent blueprint clients, Katie. Hey, 3 days after hitting go, we received an inbound call from a lady on fixed income, days away from having the house ripped out from underneath her. We stepped in and became her advocate. I'm going to repeat that. We teach you. Here's what we teach you. And again, starting to get into it a little bit, starting to get our hands dirty together as teammates. We teach you how to become a tax care advocate for your city and set up your machine to run in your city as a tax care advocate. So they hit go, followed step by step in our tax delinquent blueprint, and became her advocate and made 17 grand. And my phone is still blowing up with folks that need my help, Katie. And if I can go a little deeper with you here, Katie was going to college. I know her dad. I've trained her dad on 2 separate occasions, and she was in college, and she obviously sees her dad with the freedom and travel and all that good stuff. And she's like, I want to do it too. After she closed a few deals, she went to her dad. Again, he's a friend of mine. His name's Dave. And she's like, do you mind if I just put the college stuff on hold because I'm making money hand over fist? And it was a proud father moment for him. She's following step by step what we do and having homeowners calling, begging to talk to her about, as a tax care advocate for the city, give me several different ways that you can help me, because that's what we've built out and we've tested over time. And she's winning again and again and again. Joey, one of our tax delinquent blueprint clients, a $50,000 June. He's like, this is not even remotely a fair fight. He literally laughs to me via text message about his competition. Von Treese, right out of the gate. Hey, want to take the time to thank you on your blueprint. Hey, and the way that you taught us to talk to the sellers, this is insane. This is one for the books. 29 grand. Right out of the gate, first deal. So here's what you need to understand. Why are we getting those deals? So why are all the clients that we just showed you that are our Tax Delinquent Blueprint clients, and you'll be our second level of beta testers, by the way. We tested this out internally for 6 years, 100 different variations, just to give you kind of paint the picture for you. And then as we found what absolutely wins, we duplicated it across the cities that we do it for larger companies. And then we offered it out to our first level of beta testers, who you're seeing right now. You're going to be our second level, which means you're basically first to the party. So why are they getting these deals? Because they've become a tax care advocate for their area. Here's what you need to understand about that. Everyone in need wants to talk to them about their tax care program because we built it out the right way. This isn't, hey, before you lose your house at tax sale, let me put some cash in your pocket. Homeowners have 100 of those. If they even called you off of that old worn out marketing, it's like a lottery pull. It's like 1 out of 100. And if they call 2 or 3 of you, they'll be like, yeah, just make your lowball offer just like everybody else, because the technique and the approach is horrible. We've built out a full-blown tax care program for you to become a tax care advocate for your city and or cities that you want to enter. And this is light years ahead of what everybody else does. You actually get great inbound phone calls coming to you. And here's the cool part, because trust is built through the tax care process, 6 years in development and counting. There's no licensing needed to become a tax care specialist in your cities. So we get that as a normal question. The sellers, again, because it's all about the seller of a property, they feel comfortable sharing their real problems with a company that's set up on a deeper level in multiple ways as a tax care company versus, yeah, just go ahead. Yeah, I'll pay cash for your house. Yeah. And then just call you and say, hey, make your cash offer. And here's the fun part. Why are they getting these deals? Because no one has ever offered to help them without asking for something in return, because that's the way we built out the program. There's 3 different ways inside the Tax Delinquent Blueprint that we can help homeowners. And some of those don't lead with buying the house, which is a home run. When a homeowner's calling about tax assistance code, which we'll get into in a second, and they know that you're a tax care advocate, they tell you everything. They share their real problems with you. And no one's ever offered to help them without just saying, hitting them right between the eyes, like, hey, I'll pay cash for your house. And the fun part is that you get to help homeowners that are absolutely, I've learned over years and thousands of transactions in multiple cities, big and small, saturated and unsaturated. These are the most desperate sellers of all time, because I will repeat one last time. When you miss a tax bill for your property, there are absolutely, with the highest degree of certainty, other bad things going on that are compounding the problem. So they're the most desperate sellers of all time. And again, we're going to break that down. So how do you get results? Just like our clients are getting, and they're free, motivated, inbound, exclusive leads. You simply use the Tax Delinquent Blueprint formula. Again, we've tested this out ad nauseum. I think we're somewhere in the ballpark of over 100 different versions of what we've done to find out what is the highest impact that we can have on a marketplace. So the entire city or areas that you want to attack, know that you are the go-to. It's a funnel. It's like the Pied Piper. Everyone's following you. Everyone's coming to you because you're the advocate for your city. And I always tell people this, there's 2 types of marketing. I've already mentioned it earlier. You can send out the typical, hey, we'll pay cash for your house marketing letter, but what happens with that? And I wish I could see your faces, because I know what happens. It becomes expensive. It's higher risk because everybody else is doing that. You're just simply mailing to random homeowners. And if we're being honest with each other, the sellers typically don't respond. And if they do, they're pissed off most of the time. And when they call you, they're mad. And why is that? It's because it's the approach. They have 100 of those. They have to throw away probably per week 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 of the same worn out marketing pieces So that's one way to do it, the spray and pray approach, like we said. Or we can do it the way that actually wins, which is target homeowners that need help and approach them the right way. They need to sell. When you do this right, and I really want you to pay attention here, you can do this with a fraction of a marketing budget that any investor that's your competition you shake hands with ever. You can make money fast because they are very, very desperate. Don't you want to talk to the most motivated leads so you can have the shortest closing window while you help them? Of course you do, right? The fun part for us is that doing this for bigger companies and having budgets and what I call human capital at my disposal, we've fine-tuned the process. So for you, it's repeatable and predictable now. And the homeowners actually want to speak with you. There's two types of marketing. This is the way you should do it, just for the last thing I mentioned alone. Homeowners actually want to talk to you. Again, I'll repeat, one of them called us 20 times to talk to us in less than an hour. So the Tax Delinquent Blueprint, here's what we're doing. One, we're using state laws to your advantage. So these state tax laws, because they want their money, we're going to use that to our advantage. We're going to become a city tax care advocate. So we teach you how we do that. These are the most highly targeted, marketed investment lead source if you do it the right way, hands down, bar none. Sellers calling you excited because they want to see how you can help them and they're ready to talk. Full-blown tax assistance program. And here's where, again, screenshot, take notes. We've built out a full-blown tax assistance program that you can now be a tax care advocate for your city, which no one does. You've never sat down with anybody and ever heard any investor in town, if you've been doing it for any sort of amount of time, if you've been doing it 10 years, no one say, oh yeah, I know I'm a tax care advocate. I know they haven't, because they don't know how to do it. And then we're going to be using tax assistance program codes like tax assistance code TAC 424, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to build out a full-blown tax assistance code to have everybody in town calling to ask for help using your program. What does that mean? No more competition. And I always tell everybody, let them throw away their money and then let gurus tell them, be consistent, and just keep throwing away money on horrible marketing practices while your phone lights up like a Christmas tree because you're a tax care advocate for your city. Not a fair fight. And these homeowners desperately need your help. So let's break this down. I want to break down how most people do it and how you're going to be doing it as a Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate of ours. So as I mentioned before a couple times, the spray and pray method. This is what everybody else does. Hey, get a list of 10,000 and the homeowners in your area, and let's just start marketing to them. And man, I really hope some of them are just going to say, here's my house, take it. That's what most people do. Here's what we're going to do as a Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate and a tax care advocate for your city. One, we're going to be teaching you. We start reducing the list. An increased level of motivation. They don't live in the property. Then we're going to go even deeper because we don't market to 10,000. I want you to watch what we're doing here. We don't market to 10,000. That's a waste of time, energy, and money. I only want to talk to the most motivated leads, and we know exactly how to drill down to them. Hey, do they live out of state? And then, hey, do they have trouble paying their bills? So we teach you in the Tax Delinquent Blueprint, how do we go in any city in America from thousands of so-called leads and drill down to the right ones, because this is where we want to be. We want to be down here. And I don't think I need to say this, but by process of elimination, if I pare down the list to a highly specialized type of lead, which is what we're talking about, and I'm going to peel back some more layers of the onion in a second, you understand that we don't have to spend a bunch of money on marketing or a lot of moving parts if we're doing this the right way, don't you? Agreed? Perfect. So we're down to 800 from 10,000 because we don't market and spray and pray and just, I hope I get a deal. That is ridiculous. Here's one of our clients. I took a list from 9,000 down to 386, sent off my first campaign. Older gentleman was desperate for help. Laid off, had no savings, 2 years behind under tax bill. Adria, 17 grand, right out of the date. Less than 30 days. Oh, and for the record, she did it virtually. She never saw the property, and she lives in Canada. Happy camper. by simply becoming a tax care advocate and following step by step that we've built out in our Tax Delinquent Blueprint. So what are we going to do? I told you the old spray and pray, and we start to narrow it down. We're going to do this at a higher level than our competition. We're more sophisticated than that. So what are we going to do to get exclusive inbound leads coming? We're going to take the 800 we drilled down to, right? So that's where we're at. That's where I ended the other slide, right? But we're going to take it even deeper, which we teach you exactly how and why we do this. Hey, we're going to go to 3-bedroom and 1 bath. We're going to refine the list even further and get it down to 375. And we teach you how to do that for your city because the things change per city, but we have step-by-step how you'll do that. So we started at 10,000, and that's where everybody else plays, and just be consistent because they don't know what they're doing. And we're down to 375. And then what do we do that changes the game? Here's what we do. We're going to send out our tax assistance program letter to all these homeowners that we know with the highest, because we show you how to do it, the highest degree of certainty. These are the ones that we should be talking to, which is huge. We're taking a sniper approach with our marketing and the way that we've built out to literally turn you into a tax care advocate for your city that everyone wants to talk to. And here's the fun part. We didn't have to go to 10,000. We don't have to spend a bunch of money because we've drilled down to the only ones that we should be talking to. And again, I don't want to lose anything in translation here, so I will slow down and say this again to you. On the lead sources that are typically free and clear, because this list that we drilled down to, and again, we teach you inside our Tax Delinquent Blueprint, that list of 375 that you're looking at on the screen right now, I know with one of the highest degrees of certainty I've ever had in my investing career are probably free and clear of mortgages. And then we send out our tax assistance letter, which has our tax assistance website on it. And 87% of the visitors that come to our site from our tax assistance program fill out the form. So not only do we get phone calls, while you're sleeping, you're getting inbound leads of people that want to talk to you about your tax care program. But let's break down the metrics on this. Week 1, 21%, 78 phone calls inbound coming to us. Hey, I'm calling about tax assistance. Yeah, see if I can get some tax assistance on tax assistance code TAC 424, blah, blah, blah. That's the way the phone calls come in. Again, no cold calling, outbound calls. I'm like, I'm not ready to sell. They're calling us saying, yeah, I'm calling. I want to see if you could help me. Yeah, give us a couple minutes. We have a few questions for you. Give us 48 hours, and we have 3 different ways that we can help you. Week 2, another 19%, 71. So marketing to 375, not 10,000, where people are already thousands of dollars deep on their marketing budget, which makes me laugh. They're doing the job for you as well because they're making the homeowners mad by saying, oh, pay cash for your house. They're making your life easy as a tax care advocate, by the way. We got 149 inbound calls. 16% we made offers, so 23 offers. We actually got 3 of them accepted, 14%. Our average profit per deal was like 16.8. So on this campaign, we made $50,000 minus $390 in expenses. So tell yourself something here. Clear your head. Wouldn't you like to not do a spray and pray and what everybody else does and listen to all the YouTube channels, Facebook gurus? Now just be consistent. Grab this big list. Be consistent, and just get out there. You'll find somebody that wants to sell. How about just knowing that you're talking to homeowners typically that are free and clear on their property, but they got some issues going on. And you're doing it and you're marketing to 375, not 10,000. And you spent $390 in your marketing campaign budget, which is peanuts, to make 50 grand. That's an ROI, folks. You see why it's my favorite lead source of all time? Can I just slow down and smile for a second while you're taking notes and screenshots? Do you feel why this is my favorite lead source of all time? I pare down a list so I don't waste any motion, time, energy, marketing to people I should not be talking to. And I get a bunch of inbound calls and people filling out my tax form on my website that people really want to talk to me. Yeah, I want to talk to you about your program. How can you help me? And I spent $390. I made 50 grand. That's a 13,304% return on my investment. Doesn't this feel a million times better? We just simply need to turn you into a tax care advocate for your city, which we have built out to the nth degree, step by step for you, that you can be off and running in 24 hours flat in our Tax Delinquent Blueprint. This is the life you should live as an investor. These homeowners are desperate. They need your help. And look, We're not talking to anybody that we should not be talking to. I want you to take that note right now. I want you to take this note. Stop talking to homeowners that you shouldn't be talking to. We went from 10,000 down to the only ones that we should talk to with the highest degree of certainty of free and clear houses. I repeat, write it down. Don't talk to homeowners that you shouldn't be talking to. It's a waste of time, energy, and money. That's why for most investors, it feels hard. I've been rolling my sleeves up. I've been working at it a while. I've been getting ready to go. I've been consistent, and I've been consistent because I've been told to be consistent, and you throw money away. There's a much better way to do this, and we're showing it to you right now. So again, what are we talking about? We're talking about the Preferred Tax Assistance Program because it wins by a mile. Remember what I said? And let's turn this into something real from the standpoint of what I said earlier. Hey, tested it out over 6 years. I can say that, and it may not mean anything to you, but I bet it does if I say it to you like this. We tested well over 100 different variations of how do we talk to homeowners that are behind and severely behind on their property taxes. We tried hey, I'll put cash in your pocket. We tried this. We tried that. We tried this, that. And we drilled down to, over time, over a 6-year period, by the way, spending $300,000 plus in marketing budgets and testing. And we simply realized if I can use state tax laws to my advantage to build out and become a tax care advocate and use tax assistance code, TAC, blah, 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 and I can build a whole program around it where homeowners clearly see there's multiple ways that we can potentially help them and we're not like everybody else, it wins by a mile. So what you need to know is this: tax assistance versus I'll pay cash for your house wins by a landslide. Not even fair. It's the difference between getting hangups because you're just making outbound call. I'm cold calling. Difference between homeowners hanging up on you and you're frustrated as an investor versus motivated sellers simply calling you, hey, I'm calling about tax assistance code T. Yeah, I was just wondering how you get. Yeah, give us a couple minutes and we'll ask you a few questions. Give us 48 hours and we'll come back with 3 different ways that we can help you. It wins by a freaking mile, folks. This is well beyond any tax deed or tax lien strategy. And here's the fun part. When we build this out for you, we're going to show you exactly what list you send to and who you don't send to. So who do you send to and you don't send to, right? How to deploy your program in your market like a pro. As you're listening right now, I'm willing to bet, and I wish I could see the smiles on your faces. You're sitting here like, man, you're right. This approach, I haven't even done it yet, and it sounds way better than anything that I've done. But if I said right now, hey, put in the comments, where do you start? What do you do first, second, third, fourth to get to the finish line and build out a full-blown tax care program? You'd probably go, don't know. I don't even know where to start. That's why you're here. So we show you how to deploy your program in the market step by step like a pro. So we also teach you how often do we reach out to these people. Remember, we're not going for 10,000. We're drilling down to the only people that we should be talking to and how often should we reach out to them. And then our secret tax assistance code stuff that we've built out so that they're calling, begging you to talk to them. They're begging you for help, folks. They'll tell you everything. I'm in this situation because of this. Hey, tell me about your house. As long as it's not falling down, we have 3 different ways that we can help you. Oh, the house needs this, and this. They'll tell you everything, which is a dream come true for motivated seller leads. And I always tell everybody, finally, desperate homeowners wanting to work with you as an expert while you get to make a healthy living, creating win-win situations because they have tons and tons of equity. It's my favorite lead source of all time, but you have to be doing this. Here's how it works. 1, you have your lead list delivered from the county. So we teach you inside the Tax Delinquent Blueprint, how do we grab the list? How do we pare it down so that we're not wasting any time talking to the wrong people? Then we hit go. So we send out our tax assistance letter. The delinquent tax homeowners start calling you. You're going to present solutions to them. We have 3 different ways that we teach you inside the Tax Delinquent Blueprint that you can help them. After you make your offer, you get an offer accepted. And let's just say it's $35,000. If you create a win-win with a homeowner, you can write a contract. They're happy, you're happy, and keep the house. But most investors that I've run into, if you're early in your life cycle investing, you just want to sell the contract to somebody else. You're a solution for the homeowner. Then you write a contract gets accepted. Seller's happy. Now you're going to sell the contract to a cash buyer for 60 grand. You agree to closing. Hey, what date do we want to close? You make sure that your end cash buyer and your seller that you just helped out as a tax care advocate, and you coordinate that closing date. And what do we have? We have a seller that's happy. Why? You paid off their delinquent taxes. They had multiple problems going on. You probably solved all their other problems as well. Hey, I need a little bit of money to fix my car. I need some money to help my kids out. And I had some other, besides my tax bills, I had a couple other liens, and I want some cash in my pocket. So the seller's happy. Your end cash buyer is happy because you're getting all the phone calls and you're working out being a solution for all these homeowners that are behind on taxes. So your end cash buyers that can't get there first because your technique is light years ahead of them, they're happy. And you get to collect $25,000 and put it in your pocket and do it again and again and again. So when you're done, you celebrate. And my favorite thing of all is you rinse and repeat. So this is how it works, folks. You become a tax care advocate and you build out your entire program. We teach you how to drill down the list to only talk to the ones that you should be talking to. You press go. They're going to call you versus you calling them. You show them 3 different ways that you can help them. You get an accepted offer. They're happy because you're helping them. Sell the contract to a cash buyer. They're happy. You pick a closing date. Seller's happy. Cash buyer's happy. You make 25 grand. You celebrate. You rinse and repeat. This is the way you should be doing it. So here's some results from Scott, one of our Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammates. You own this sandbox. Here's what I want you to take away, because he followed step by step. He drilled down from thousands to 20. His first test run was 20, 16 calls. And my favorite of all is that 15 of the 16 phone calls that he took were free and clear of mortgages. If I had a microphone right now, I would just simply drop it. Are you getting it now, folks? Are you happy? Are you excited? Like, this is the way to get the biggest, best deals with the most equity, pocket the most cash while you're helping desperate homeowners of all time. And I've been doing this a long time across America for big, big companies. This is my favorite lead source out of 34 of all time. We just have to do it the right way. You need to become a tax care advocate for your city, and you need to know how to do it right. Langston, one of our Tax Delinquent Blueprint clients, he made 35 grand. He received leads from the county, like we taught him. He hit go on 877, so he pared a list down from thousands to 877. Beverly, the homeowner, called him, asked for help. She owed $9,000 past due on property taxes. She needed 40 grand in repairs. AC was messed up, mold, house really, truly, honestly needed to be gutted. She had no money in the bank, on a fixed income. Langston, as a tax care advocate, helped her find a brand new condo that she could afford because he was helping her solving her problems. Beverly now had 150 grand in savings and could help her daughter with some medical needs that she had. And Langston made 35 grand as a tax care advocate. So the fact is that she needed help. And she felt comfortable talking to someone about a tax assistance program and an advocate for her in her city. Langston wins. And here you go. Here's Langston. He's like, hey, I don't normally post checks and stuff like that, but just wanted to give a shout out to the Tax Delinquent Blueprint on helping me take things to the next level. So he gets to help out a homeowner that's desperate for his help. He didn't market the thousands, pared down his list to 877, and right out of the gate, boom, 35 grand. While he's helping somebody. Beverly got to buy a new condo. Beverly got to put some cash in the bank. And Beverly got to help her daughter out with medical bills because Langston approached her as a tax care advocate. Grayson, Tax Delinquent Blueprint, first deal, $24,000. Here's the funny thing. You know what he told me, which makes me smile? And I told this is why you're seeing this. I said, when you close a deal in less than 30 days, you're going to send me a picture of it. And there, you're seeing it right here. He said, Jason, but my market's saturated, Jason. There's investors everywhere. He hit go on the Tax Delinquent Blueprint, and in less than 30 days, 24 grand. And now we laugh about that. He's closed deal after deal after deal while helping homeowners that need his help. So I always tell everybody, look, you've got 2 choices. Go with this alone, spend thousands, probably tens of thousands, trying to figure it out, being frustrated, wasting time, energy, money, years of your life. Or you can learn a proven system from somebody who's not just done it, but I've actually mastered it. And from a national tax assistance advocacy standpoint, I'm the best in the world at it, folks. I simply just need to show you what took me years and time, energy, painstaking time and energy, by the way, testing out different variations to perfect how do I enter a marketplace and have everyone in town that actually needs my help, because I don't talk to everybody. I talk to the ones that I know really need me and do this like a pro. Of course you want to do it the right way. So introducing. And remember, I'm going to talk to you about the case study in a minute. I'm going to break down one of the ones that we did, okay? The Tax Delinquent Blueprint. So here's what we're going to do for you folks. We're actually going to teach you how to become an advocate in your city and or cities that you want to do. So if you have the keys to the castle and you can open it up and you now know how to become an advocate for your city that everybody wants to talk to, by the way, shouldn't you do it in multiple cities? Of course you should. So how are we going to do that? Well, we've built out step-by-step training lessons for you. We have all the tax assistance help scripts because your phone's going to light up like a Christmas tree. We have legal wholesaling document portal. So when you write a contract, you can easily sell the contract to somebody else. No loans, no Home Depot, no Lowe's. It's one of my favorite things to do is just simply write the contract and then wholesale the contract to an end cash buyer and pocket the cash. We'll teach you, as a bonus, by the way, we'll teach you how to get all the cash buyers in your marketplace. So we have a cash buyer loophole that shows you how to find cash buyers 9 different ways in any zip code you choose. So as soon as you write a contract, you already have people begging to buy the contract off of you. And then your tax assistant marketing template. All of those things individually, if you collectively put all those together, you're at almost $6,000. But for becoming our newest Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate, and you're going to see why this is so important to us in a minute, here's what we're going to do. We're also going to build out your marketing pieces for you that are an exact duplicate and exact match of what we do when we enter a city. Meaning, I want to remove any thinking from this process. So when you become a Tax Delinquent Blueprint client, as a bonus to you, we're actually going to build out your marketing pieces for you. The second thing that we're going to do, remember the website where I said 87% of the people that visit your tax care advocacy website fill out the form? So you simply wake up to several people raising their hand saying, yes, I'd like to talk to you about helping me out. We're actually going to build out your website for you. So your tax care website, again, an exact duplicate match of our tax care websites. We're going to build that out for you as well. So right out of the gate, as a Tax Delinquent Blueprint client, those things are done for you so that literally as you're going through the training lessons and we're teaching you how to go from a list of 10,000 down to 300, our team's already working on putting your website together and your tax care advocacy marketing letters that you're going to send out to not thousands, but we drill down to hundreds that we know we should be talking to. Here's Scott, one of our Tax Delinquent Blueprint clients. Plan was easily laid out for me, and within a week of going through the training, found a deal. 24 grand. Took less than 30 days to do it. Absolutely works. The third thing, remember I said there's a reason why we're going to do the first 2 things for you? Here it is. The third thing that we're going to do as a Tax Delinquent Blueprint client is this. And this one's the most important to me. You can submit deals to us. We're actually talking to one of our Tax Delinquent Blueprint clients right now, one of our first level beta testers. You're the second level, like you're at the ground floor. We've already done the 6 years of testing. We're literally rolling this out right now. You have no competition. And the fun part for us making sure that you're doing it right is this. You can submit deals and we will joint venture on deals with you. So yes, you're reading that correctly. We will partner on deals with you. So we want to make sure at the highest level possible that your tax care advocacy program and you being the tax care advocate for your city, that everything's in place and it's done correctly because we know your phone's going to light up and we want to partner on deals with you. Here's Charles, one of our Tax Delinquent Blueprint clients. Hey, 4th check since February. And look, he's expanding. He's like, hey, can you guys help me get the tax office list in Durham? He's expanding out. Remember what I just said a couple minutes ago? If you have the keys to the castle to do this and bypass your competition, which actually makes your life even easier because they all do the same thing and they make homeowners mad, you win, right? So he's already 4 deals deep since February. And the one that he sent over to us was 15 grand. And he said, all I did was follow the step-by-step blueprint. So what are we talking about? Your systems, your scripts, your wholesaling document portal, how to find cash buyers in the marketplace. So when you become a solution for a homeowner, you just sell the contract to somebody else and deposit the cash. Your marketing template. We're going to build out your marketing pieces for you so it's perfect and a duplicate of what we do. We're going to build out your tax care website for you so that it goes on your marketing pieces and it's an exact match, and you can wake up to homeowners raising their hand versus making cold calls and getting hung up on. And the reason we want to make sure that those things are done right is because we want a joint venture on deals with you. All that put together, $7,260. So I always ask everybody, what's one deal worth to you? You already saw 16.8, 17.1, 28.9, like Von Treese, her first deal right out of the gate. So ask yourself this, as a responsible CEO of your business, because that's who you are as you're listening right now. How much would you pay to get one deal closed a month or a deal closed a week or per day? What's it worth to you? And if you could simply wholesale a property and making right at 17 grand, a little under, in net profit, and you could duplicate the process for closing on every month on demand over and over and over to make 17 grand, would you pay 7 grand one time to set it up? I assume that's easy math for everybody. I do have a degree in finance, but I don't think we need to go to math school. That's pretty simple. If I can duplicate this and do it over and over and over, would I pay 7 grand to set it up one time? Of course you would. So I'm assuming you can see why even at 7,000, it would be a good deal for you. But here's the fun part. We've already tested out everything. We've already had our first level of beta testers. You're at the ground floor. You're going to be our second level that we're letting in because, again, we want to do deals with you. You don't have to pay all that. We're going to show you that you can do it cheaper. But before I even do that, here's another thing that we're going to do, because this is one of the biggest things that I know where we can help change the game for you. The fourth thing that we're going to do for you is this. We're going to actually add you to a private Facebook group, Tax Delinquent Blueprint Facebook group, because you're going to become our teammate. What does that mean? You're not on an island by yourself. I'll repeat. That means anytime you have a question, you simply raise your hand. And not only do we help answer the questions for you and get everything set up and get homeowners to the finish line and create win-win with you as your teammates and partner on deals with you, everyone else inside the private group comes to help everybody else because it's a community. So we're going to add you into that. Here's Chris and Henry. Henry, right out of the gate, 30 grand, Tax Delinquent Blueprint. Hey, Chris, we just had our first $50,000 month. And again, I keep saying it, and here's why I say it. Deals don't close unless you help homeowners. So made 30 grand, had my first $50,000 month because they're actually helping homeowners that are willing to tell them their real problems so that you can solve them, because the way you approach them was absolutely bar none the right way to do it. And bonus number 5, we're going to give you access to 8 weeks of insider coaching. So we're going to give you access to 8 weeks of coaching where we're setting up the business, running everything, putting everything in place, getting it running like a machine, and you're going to have access to all of that. So again, what are you getting? Teaching you how to become a tax care advocate, teaching you how to use state laws to your advantage step by step. Again, you can be off and running and done with the training system in 24 hours and literally executing in your marketplace or any marketplace you choose. All the scripts, the documents, how to find cash buyers as soon as you write the contract and sell it to somebody else, what I call easy money, tax assistance templates. We're building your marketing pieces. We're building your website because we want to partner on deals with you. Unlimited access to our private Facebook group, our Tax Delinquent Blueprint Facebook group, where you're never on an island by yourself ever again. And then 8 weeks to insider coaching calls to make sure the business is set up and running smoothly and properly. All that individual will be $11,255. But I'm not going to ask you to pay $7,000 of that. We've already had our first level of beta testers. They paid more. They wanted to be first. You're literally at the ground floor, our second level of testers in our marketplace that we can partner on deals with. I'm not asking you to pay $7,200 or even $3,500. Here's what I'm going to do. Take a screenshot. Get ready to roll. For one payment of $1,495, or if you want to break it up into 3 payments, we'll do 3 payments of $695. All you need to do right now is just grab the link, on the screen right now, go to your browser, type it in, and get signed up to become our Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate. And I'll repeat what I said. You can be off and running and through the step-by-step training and attacking your marketplace and going from thousands of leads down to the right ones in 24 hours. So simply take the link, go to your browser, type it in, and become our Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate. Or if your browser allows it, you can just simply click on the link right now and just go sign up to become our Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate. We can't wait to help you take over your marketplace. We can't wait to show you what real inbound phone calls of people that will spill their guts and tell you all their problems and how you can solve it 3 different ways as a tax care advocacy specialist for your city. We can't wait to do that. This isn't a fair fight versus your competition. Every investor for the rest of your life that you shake hands with, you can look into their soul and be like, you have no chance. This is the only way to do it. I could go back to the other slide where I showed you 10,000 down to 375, average 16.8. On that one campaign, we made $50,400 roughly, minus $390 in marketing expenses for 13,304% ROI. Isn't that what you're here to do? To do it better with less motion? Of course you are. So simply grab the link, type it in, become our Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate. We're waiting on the inside to high five you, or if your browser supports it, just simply click on it. To make sure that you know how serious we are, check this out. This is my no-brainer 30-day money-back challenge to you. If you prove to me that the Tax Delinquent Blueprint doesn't work, because I'm up for the challenge, then sign up today, complete the course, which can be done in 24 hours, send out at least 100 of the Tax Delinquent Blueprint tax advocacy letters in your city, and follow my system over the next 30 days. And if you haven't made your money back that you invested in the course, I'll happily refund you and pay you $100 for wasting your time. So what does that mean to you? That means you'll have the full-blown tax assistance blueprint. All you got to do is simply grab the link that you see right here, go to your browser, type it in, sign up. It's risk-free. Or if your browser supports it, just simply click on the link and let's go. We want to add you to our team as a new Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate and make sure that everyone in your city knows that they should be talking to you if they have a tax problem. This is by far the best lead source and best approach to that individual lead source out of 34 of all time. That's why I'm showing it to you today. Now, I always tell everybody, what are we delivering to you? So hear me when I say this. What are we delivering? And I always talk in terms of like franchises. Like I think everybody knows like a McDonald's franchise. You pay $1 million, $1.3 million for a McDonald's franchise. Why would anybody on earth or any other planet that you choose, quite frankly, why would anybody pay $1 million, $1.3 million for a McDonald's franchise? Here's why. Predictability. Because if you buy a McDonald's franchise and you simply just follow the step-by-step process, you'll make a few $100,000 a year, right? That's why they charge that. So what are we delivering to you as a Tax Delinquent Blueprint teammate? Once you sign up, again, just grab the link that you see here, type it in your browser, and can't wait to see on the inside and high five you. Or if your browser supports it, just simply click it and get signed up. Here's why. We're delivering a tax advocacy, basically a franchise in a box for $1,500. Are you kidding me? So that's why. People pay a lot of money for franchises because they work. We're delivering the same thing to you inside the real estate investment sandbox. And then my favorite lead source inside that big real estate investment sandbox is making sure that you do this the right way to homeowners that are free and clear. Like no matter what you do, and hear me loud and clear, no matter what you do, you have to attack the best leads. Otherwise, you're just wasting time and energy and you're frustrated, right? So you have to attack the best leads. These are the best leads of all time. I've already done it. I mentioned them earlier. I mean, I could go 34 different ways, folks. Most people don't even know 10. 34 different ways. I get paid to do that. They hire me to do that and grab deals in a marketplace and suffocate a city. But nothing compares to paring down my list and attacking the right tax delinquent property owners. There's no second place. It's like way behind in the race. This is why I need you to simply grab the link, type it in your browser, sign up. Can't wait to see you on the inside, or simply click the link. Now, who's this work for? And again, I cannot wait to show you the case study. Who's this work for? Brand new people breaking into real estate and looking to wholesale. A novice wholesaler, hey, I'm just looking for consistent lead flow and predictable deal closings. And folks, I like to write contracts and sell the contracts. Who is this good for? Who's it work for? It works for landlords. It works for people that want to fix and flip. When you get to the best deals where there's no mortgages on them, typically, you understand that your profits explode, right? Okay. And then veterans that are looking to scale up their business with the right leads, tools, and automation, period. Every level of investor is covered in our Tax Delinquent Blueprint. Doesn't matter if you're starting out. Doesn't matter if you've been doing it 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. When your phone starts lighting up with people saying, hey, I'm calling about tax assistance code TAC 424. Can you help me? It will be a dream come true. So just grab the link, type it in your browser, and get signed up, or just simply click the link. We can't wait to add you to the team. Remember what I said. It's risk-free. I'll give your money back. I want to close deals with you. I already know it's going to work. Okay, so Dave, again, went through the system in 3 days. After 5 days, found 2 deals. There's his 2 deals. Sold them in less than 48 hours, $19,000. I've never found deals like this before. Again, I should stop and go back in here and underline that. I've never found deals like this before. Grab the link. Let's go. Click the link. Can't wait to add you as a teammate on the inside. Brenda, picking up my first check. Whoop, whoop. Picking up my first check. Off and running in 24 hours. Alyssa, Tax Delinquent Blueprint's a game changer. Works like a charm. The sellers were actually motivated to sell. Thanks for teaching me the ropes. 35 grand. So as you're signing up right now and you're listening to me, what are you getting? You're getting step-by-step how we do it. How do we set this up in our marketplace? How do we go from thousands down to the right ones to be talking to? Everything in the training system in the 11 video modules. The scripts, the documents, cash buyer loophole training, your marketing templates. We build your marketing pieces for you. We build your tax care website because we want to do deals with you. Unlimited access so you're never on an island by yourself in our private Tax Delinquent Blueprint Facebook group. And then coaching calls, all for $1,500. So again, get started now. 1 payment, $14.95, or 3 of $6.95. Just get in the door. So just grab the link that you see here, type it in your browser, and get signed up. Or if your browser supports it, just simply click on it. And within a matter of minutes, you're on our team, and you could, in an instant, be going through our training modules and off and running in 24 hours, grabbing the right list. And while you're doing all that and going through training, our team is already building out your marketing pieces and your tax care websites because your phone will explode. These are the best leads of all time. You heard what Dave said, or you didn't hear it. I read it to you. What did Dave say? I repeat, I've never found deals like this before. Folks, congratulations. No more spray and pray marketing. We will laugh inside the private group once you're on our team because we want to add you all on as teammates. We're going to laugh inside the private group. Hey, just all the gurus, just be consistent. Just keep marketing. Be consistent. Postcards and letters and text messages. Make some phone calls and get yelled at. Be consistent. No. Yeah, I'm calling about tax assistance code TAC 424. Folks, there is a better way to do this with the most profitable leads of all time. And I'm pulling back the curtain right now to show you how to simply get on our team. Just grab the link, put it in your browser, get signed up. In a matter of minutes, you're off and running and going straight through the training. Or if your browser supports it, click on it. And we will help turn you into the tax care advocate for your city that every homeowner needs to talk to. They want to talk to. Now, money replenishes itself, but time doesn't. This is why you need to get signed up right now. We can't wait to get our hands dirty with you. We can't wait to build out your tax care program for you. Here's why. Money, you can spend money and make money. Everybody understands that, right? So just like I said earlier with franchises, invest in something that you're going to get a good ROI. I showed you earlier, 13,304% ROI, 50 grand, spending $390. That's pretty good. Money can replenish itself. Spend your money wisely on something that can replenish itself, right? Time doesn't. And why do I say that? Here's why I say that. You know what? You can spend a lot of time, energy, and money on top of it doing things the old worn out way and be frustrated. Hang-ups, phone calls, make your cash offer, make your lowball offer, just like you're just one of those flippers. Hey, send a bunch of text messages and watch your marketing budget creep up, or just do it the right way and only talk to the ones that desperately need your help that are free and clear. What is the best use of your time? I think you know. I know you know. So grab the link you see, get signed up, or click it, and within a matter of minutes, you're inside the training and you're already getting added to our private group. And now we're immediately overnight answering questions for you, and we're off and running as teammates, and we're going to start closing deals together while helping homeowners. So what are you going to do? Your first option is do nothing. Don't take us up on a risk-free offer because I said I would give your money back. Or second, join our team with a small investment in you and your business today. Get our tax delinquent and tax assistance program in a box because we're waiting for you on the inside. And overnight, you're a tax care advocate and everybody in town is going to be talking to you. And the funny thing is their guard's down. They're not responding to the same worn out marketing. So they actually just simply want to talk to you, and they'll answer all your questions, which is an absolute dream come true. Doing this for training 25,000 investors, doing this stuff, thousands of transactions closed. It's a dream come true when the homeowners actually want to talk to you and they'll actually just tell you the real problems. And like I said, if it works, great. If not, then just ask for your money back and I'll get it to you. But I already know you're not going to ask for it because you're too busy talking to homeowners and taking phone calls. So grab the link, put it in your browser, get signed up, or simply click the link and we're off and running. This is everything. Again, franchise in a box. McDonald's, 1 million. You don't need to do that. You're getting everything that you see here, the systems, the scripts, the portals. We're building out your marketing pieces. We're building out your website. We're going to close deals. We literally have a phone call today with one of our Tax Delinquent Blueprint clients that is a good deal. We're going to get the deal to the finish line and partner with them on it. You'll be in a private group, so you're not by yourself anymore, and you're going to be a part of our coaching calls. It's 11 grand, but you don't have to spend that. Here's the case study that I was talking to you about. So as you're getting signed up, I know most of you already have 3 or 4 pages of notes, so give yourself a little breather as you're signing up. Most of you will get done with the entire training module in 24 hours, but here's the case study based upon what you're going to be learning as you're signing up right now. Here's what it produced. So before I even go into it, you see in red, see what it says? Look at the note. She had over 70 investors marketing to her. Didn't respond to any of them. So here's what the tax assistance advocacy program did. She called us. Inbound lead coming to us, straight from the county. She had 2 properties delinquent on taxes. Both were pretty dang close to free and clear. Both were vacant. Code violations costs were piling up. So remember what I said? When we drill down, part of what we teach you inside the training modules, which is exciting to me, is this. We teach you how to drill down to the right ones from thousands because we want the ones that are free and clear. And I said, when they're behind on their taxes, there's multiple problems. Code violations, tall grass, trash, delinquent property taxes, medical bills. So she needed funds for medical bills. Main house was going into foreclosure because it had a small loan on it. Her daughter and her grandson, she needed to help them, repairs for her car. Everything was stacked against her. So the numbers made sense for us. We solved her problems. She's happy because she got to pay medical bills. She didn't have tax liens and judgments. Could help her grandsons. She didn't lose it and end up walking with nothing. So it's a win-win. And here you go. 50,000, 20,000. Boom, boom. We helped her out. She's happy. The only way that happened, and again, I'll repeat, she had 70 investors. Some of you on your end, I know right now, are smiling because you know what was in her mailbox. You know what those text messages said. Hey, I'm interested in buying a property. I'd like to put some cash in your pocket. I just want to buy 1 or 2 more houses in the area this month. We know all the same worn out stuff. She said, she goes, it was overwhelming. She goes, when I got your tax assistance program and I called about your tax assistance code and you said there's 3 ways to help, it was a dream come true. She had 70 people marketing to her. This isn't a fair fight. We just need to set up your program for you, build out your website, get your marketing pieces ready, and then pare down a list from thousands because we don't need some big marketing budget to make an extraordinary ROI. $390 spent for 50 grand. I'll do that in 100 plus cities, just like you would. So getting started now, just simply go to the link that you see, type it in, put it in your browser, get signed up. We can't wait to add you to the team. Or if your browser supports it, just simply click on the link and you can be on our team. Franchise in a box, $1,495 or 3 payments of $695. And if you have some questions, which we know some of you might have questions, you can call us. Proof's in the pudding, right? That's what my grandma always told me. We want to answer your questions because we want to do deals with you and we want to add you to our team. So if you have questions, simply give us a call at 317-886-1400. 317-886-1400. And we can't wait to add you to our team. So folks, closing deal after deal after deal with people that actually say, I need help right now. And I know I've taught you a lot today. Here's what I want to slow down and tell you. On one of the slides earlier where I told you to take notes, I said, these people need help right now. This isn't, 6 months from now, a year from now, these people need help right now because we teach you inside the Tax Delinquent Blueprint how to drill down to the right ones. So can't wait to add you to the team. Can't wait for you to go through the marketing pieces that we put together for you and get ready to send them out because your phone's going to light up like a Christmas tree. We have all the scripts, everything that you do, all the questions that you ask them, and the 3 different help buckets that we teach you that they'll fall into, and they really, really, really want your help. So this is the way to run circles around your competition. This is the way to get to the finish line. And my favorite thing, the cherry on top for me is this. You don't even need a big marketing budget to do it. So hopefully you enjoyed everything that I taught you. Hopefully you clearly see as a responsible CEO of your business, you know what? What am I going to invest my time and energy and money into? How about something that's like a franchise in a box that is an approach that's light years ahead of the competition? Anybody you shake hands with, they don't know what to do. They don't even know what we're talking about. That's the beauty, is that the homeowners will tell you, man, I've all these people talking about this, and this, and paying cash for my house. It's just refreshing to have somebody that's got a tax care program that can help me out multiple different ways. Can't wait to add you to the team. Can't wait to see you on the inside. Just simply grab the link that you see here, put it in your browser, and you're off and running. You're on our team instantly. And if your browser supports it, simply click on it and get signed up. And again, if you have questions, do not hesitate. Call us right now. If we get a massive influx of phone calls, leave a voicemail. We will call you back. So again, the phone number is 317-886-1400.
Hey, Jason, real quick. I know we promised to do some Q&A here at the end for David and his folks over at the Wholesalers Toolbox, and we will. We're going to get to that here in just a moment, but I have to say, as always, you always do a fantastic job here of sharing all of the information that we do that's tailored around the Tax Delinquent Blueprint. Now, for some folks, they've never seen this approach before. And, this is something that only the big, gigantic hedge funds would be able to hire Jason for. So one of the things here, we wanted to share this for you guys here from the Wholesalers Toolbox. And you could be part of the second round of beta testers to take over your market of the best lead source of all time. And one of the things here that we're doing specifically for the Wholesalers Toolbox is being able to offer you all these amazing bonuses, all these amazing bonuses that Jason and I talked about beforehand. We're like, hey, what can we do to really make this a no-brainer decision so that individuals with the Wholesalers Toolbox can see results quickly? Just like we showed a bunch of testimonials of folks. We have a ton more. We would love for you to be part of that. We're doing so many components here, all the done for you stuff with your website. We're setting up so much so that you don't have to worry about that. We're going to get your website set up from a tax assistant standpoint, your email. We're going to set up and get you access inside the Facebook group, which is a really great way for you to have continued support. We have folks in there all the time. It's a very active group. So if you have questions, go in there and we'll be more than happy to help you there. And also the JV deal partnering. If you have a deal and you bring it to us, we're going to want to partner with you on that deal, because now you've gone through the training, you know exactly what is needed, and we love partnering on these types of deals. So make sure you go over right now, grab your spot at www.tdbtoolbox.com. So that's tdbtoolbox.com. And if you need to call our team, the phone number is 317-886-1400. So if you need to call our team, split this up on a couple different cards, we can most certainly do that for you. That's not a problem at all. So we can do that. So make sure that you take full advantage of this $2,500 discount that we're doing. We normally have this priced on our website for $3,995. So you can take advantage right now. We're doing David and his team over at the Wholesalers Toolbox. We're like, hey, can you put together a cool package for our folks? And we're doing that right now. We're giving you a $2,500 discount, and we're giving you a ton of bonuses on top of that. So make sure you take advantage of that before the price disappears and all of the bonuses are gone. So head on over right now to www.tdbtoolbox.com and you can get started. You'll get everything immediately over in your email. And as soon as you also sign up, we're going to give you, once you go to our thank you page, you'll be able to get your username and password. So you can actually get started as soon as this training ends and you'll be good to go. So I've been kind of communicating with our team here on the side. They've been kind of compiling some questions here. So it looks like we have some questions here. And I know Jason said he would kind of stay and do some questions here at the end. So Jason, I'm going to hand things back on over to you, and we could start doing some Q&A here.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so my team is hitting me here with questions that people have, and a lot of these are kind of duplicates, and so saying the same thing but kind of worded differently. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit these top ones here that I see. So the first one that I see is from Mark. So I have a question from Mark. It says, do I have to have any type of real estate license? Good question. I get hit with that one a lot. No, you do not. You do not need a license, a real estate license whatsoever to run your Tax Delinquent Blueprint and become a tax care advocate for your city. So there's no licensing requirements whatsoever. It's a common question, but we have several realtors that were our first level of testers. Again, you're getting in at the ground floor. No one you shake hands with even knows what we're talking about or how to do it or any tax assistance codes and all that stuff. So get signed up. Like, can't wait to work with you, right? So this isn't a fair fight, but you do not need any licensing whatsoever. So that's the first one. Let's see the second one. This is from Janelle. Hey, outside of the investment for the training, what other expenses can I expect to pay for? Okay, good question. You get signed up for the Tax Delinquent Blueprint. You should be doing it right now as I'm answering these questions. But here's the thing. For the campaign that I showed you earlier, we went from 10,000, which we teach you inside the training, which you'll learn to do. And we went from 10,000 down to 375 leads. You saw Scott on one of the slides. He drilled all the way down to 20 and out of 20 had 16 homeowners calling, hey, I didn't even know that you could give me some tax assistance. Show me how to do this. Thanks for using state tax laws. And I'm super excited to talk to you. And so from a budget standpoint, that one campaign that we showed you down to 375 from 10,000, we spent $390. So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? That means you don't need a big budget to talk to the right homeowners that are in the most need of help, that are probably free and clear on their property. So you do not need a big marketing budget ever again to market in your marketplace correctly and create win-win situations for the homeowner and yourself as a professional investor. So good question. But again, you don't need a bunch of money to do this. You don't need a big budget whatsoever. Good question, but it's not needed, as I showed you earlier. Let's see. Question, where are we at? Luke. There's a question from Luke. This is one of my favorite ones of all time. In fact, I see 4 or 5 people ask the same question. Why wouldn't the homeowner just sell their house? Here's why. Listen intently. And as soon as I give you this answer, you should have a huge smile on your face and go straight over to the link and sign up right now. Here's why. And I jokingly say this, but as a normal human being, like everybody here or most of us here, and myself included, you would think logically, well, if you got a lot of equity, just list the property. But here's what you don't understand until I say this to you. And when I do, go sign up. What happens is this. Most people live in a world where my house has to be perfect before I would ever talk to a realtor to list it, because they think their house needs to be perfect to sell. So remember what I said? When somebody misses a tax property payment, which is deliberate and on purpose, they decided not to pay it. There's a lot of other bad stuff going on. Medical bills, this, that, car stuff, family stuff, and house stuff. So why wouldn't they just list their property? Most people think that they have to have their property perfect, like can't be a hole in the wall, no smudges on the wall. The whole house needs to be painted. We've got 2 broken cabinets in the kitchen because we've had the house for 15 years. And so they think that they can't list the house because it needs to be perfect. And then the other thing is this, and when you sprinkle in this is where you should be feverishly getting into the first module of training right now, is this: embarrassment. They're embarrassed to share with outside humans, hey, look, I'm missing payments. I'm down on my luck. I've got this. I've got that. I've got collection agencies calling me. All of these things are piling up on them, and they don't want to share their dirty laundry. So what they do is they just sit there in denial all the way to losing their house at tax sale, which is very unfortunate, which is why they need you as a tax care advocate. Okay, so they're embarrassed. And so they don't say anything because they're embarrassed. And then a lot of times they wait till the last minute, and then it can't get sold in time, and then they lose their house, which is like really sad and really unfortunate. So they absolutely need you. So those are the reasons why. Hey, why don't they just list their property? Because people think the house needs to be perfect. And a lot of times, because we take tons and tons and tons of these phone calls every time we hit go on one of our campaigns, they're embarrassed. And so think about this. They're embarrassed. If they have to talk to a realtor, they have to come clean about it, and they don't know if their house is going to sell. Wouldn't their first thing they do, if they know you exist, which is why you should be signing up right now, if they know that there's a tax care advocacy specialist that can give them different ways that we could potentially help them, don't you think they'd rather come clean to them and talk to them before they start talking to realtors and everybody else? So that is the biggest, it's one of the best questions, but that's the biggest reason why over time, when we fine-tune this and we were talking to homeowners different ways, we settled in. We basically uncovered this gold mine of ways to help people and also be mega profitable on the investment side. So good question, but those are just some reasons why they don't just simply list their property. Let's see. Here's another question. Hey, can I do this virtually and I still work another job or a full-time job? Okay. I see that my team said there's a few of those. Virtually. Remember Adria I showed you? She's in Canada, folks. She doesn't even live here in the U.S. So can you do it virtually? Yes. And I'll even double down on that when I told you, and again, go sign up. I also told you, if we give you the keys to the castle to become a tax care advocate in any city you choose, shouldn't you do it in multiple cities, which means you'd be doing it virtually in other cities? Your phone will ring off the hook. They want your help. And everybody else on earth made it easy for you because they're like, hey, let me put some cash in your pocket. They make your life easy. That's why we just need to go through step by step and get you set up and have our team build your marketing pieces in your website. And we're off and running and partnering on deals. And you're in a private group where we interact with each other. Like, this is fun. Investing can be fun when you do it the right way. But no, you can do this virtually. And I told you can be done with the training to get everything set up in 24 hours. So to me personally, if you have a full-time job, wonderful, then this is well suited for you. If you're doing it full-time in real estate, perfect. This is suited for you. You don't have to have a bunch of time to put towards it to get this stuff done right. And quite frankly, our team's going to be building out some of the stuff for you. So all you have to do is hit go on your campaign and answer some phone calls of people that actually want to talk to you. So that's a pretty low barrier of entry in my opinion. So get signed up. And this question is from Mitchell. Okay, so we have a question from Mitchell. Hey, where do I get my leads from in my market? That's inside the Tax Delinquent Blueprint. So one of our training modules out of the 11 training modules is how do we go about grabbing from your city and or county the area that you're going to start attacking as a Tax Delinquent Blueprint specialist. We show you exactly what to do, how to do it, where to go, where to find them, what questions to ask, how to talk to them, everything. So that's its own separate training module inside of our 11 different training modules for you. Again, that you can be off and running with and done in 20. So good question. You can be off and running in 24 hours, folks. So as I said, just go to the link, put it in your browser, get signed up. We can't wait to add you to the team. We can't wait to say hi to you in the private Facebook group. And again, if you have questions, just give us a call at 317-886-1400. We can't wait to answer your questions. We can't wait to add you to the team. And the fun part is that you're on the ground floor, and I know nobody's doing it this way. So the days of you just spraying and praying all your marketing out there and just be consistent, those days are over. You can turn all that noise off and control any marketplace from a property tax delinquent standpoint, any marketplace that you choose, not even remotely a fair fight.
Hey, Jason. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but I need to jump in here. It looks like that's all the time we have for Q&A. And, I think you have answered, just about everybody's questions here. So, folks, if you still have a question, just pick up the phone and call the number you see on your screen. It's 317-886-1400, and somebody from our team will be able to help you. And once again, Jay, you did an amazing job. Thank you for taking the time to come on here to put this webinar together, this training, and also for doing some Q&A. So, folks, we're in the closing moments here of the training. So make sure you head on over to www.tdbtoolbox.com and get on board right now. We have the discount and the bonuses in place specifically for you guys that were sent the invitation to join here from the Wholesalers Toolbox. If you need to split this up on a couple different cards, you could absolutely do that. Make sure you call the number on your screen to do that, and our team will be more than happy to help you with that. The number is 317-886-1400. Once you grab a spot at tdbtoolbox.com, you could literally be on the inside in less than 5 minutes. And like Jason was saying, the training lessons are short enough to where you can knock it out in just a day. So it doesn't matter if you have a full-time job still, or if you don't have a full-time job, you can still knock it out within a day. We made it that way so you don't spend, hours, if not days, going through some boring training. The training's actually really fun, and you can get through it very quickly, so you could be off to the races. So, Jason, thanks again, buddy, for being here. And for those that don't know, we're not in the same room here. So Jason's in Florida. I'm up here in Indianapolis. So I know between the both of us, we have crazy schedules. And I'm really happy we could do this for David and his folks over at the Wholesalers Toolbox. Do you have any parting words?
Yeah, just a couple. Look, you're here for a reason. If you weren't looking to better yourself, better your business, depending on how long you've been thinking about doing it or doing it, you wouldn't be here. So I'm quite certain that you've seen today And as we went through, you've taken a lot of notes on, wow, you know what? There is a better way to approach this. So what I would tell everybody is this. I'm just simply begging you not to do the same worn out stuff and waste a lot of time and energy and wasted motion and market to people that you shouldn't be marketing to. So what I would tell you is this. No matter what you do, this has to be your favorite lead source of all time. And then all I'm asking you to do is just do it the right way. So I always tell everybody, you're in charge. You're the CEO of your business. So what I want to impart and infuse into your brain is that as the CEO of your business, do something that will actually impact your business and do something that's already been tested out. And you didn't have to spend all time and energy, money, 100 plus market, 300 grand and 100 variations to figure it out. So just get in, sign up. Can't wait to add you to the team. And quite frankly, I want to put my team to work building out your stuff for you because we want to close deals with you because I know how profitable these deals are. So what I would tell everybody is this: invest in your business, invest in yourself, put us on your team. And we can't wait to see you in our private group and start interacting with you because it's in our best interest to do that. So congratulations for being here. And we just want to help you in any city you choose, take it to the next level and do something that no investor you've ever shaken hands with is even doing, which obviously without even doing it yet puts you in the catbird seat. So can't wait to see you on the inside. We can't wait to impact your business. It's literally a franchise in a box. So pick if it's $14.95, let's go. Or if you want to break it up over 3 payments, let's get rolling. Can't wait to see you on the inside, folks.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Jay. And, we're about to end the training here. So make sure you take advantage of this fantastic offer that we've created for the Wholesalers Toolbox. You get the instant discount and all of the bonuses. So hop on before it's too late. Head on over to www.tdbtoolbox.com. Or if your browser supports it, go ahead, click on the button so that you can get started and everything can be taken care of for you. And if you need our team to help you and you want to split this up on a couple different credit cards, we are here on standby for you. The phone number is 317-886-1400. And you know what? Parting words for me is I just appreciate you attending. I know taking time out of your schedule to learn something new can be, somewhat scary at times because you're like, oh man, what's going on in the economy? Is this going to work for me? And I could tell you right now, you can create your own economy with this strategy. So it doesn't matter if it's a great market, a sideways market, or a down market. You can hop with both feet in and know that you're going to be able to see results quickly from this in any kind of economy. So it's up to you. You can create it yourself, and we're going to be able to help you with that with the Tax Delinquent Blueprint training. So you can head on over to www.tdbtoolbox.com and get started. I look forward personally to seeing some of David's folks from the Wholesalers Toolbox in our Facebook group chatting with us and seeing results and you getting your first deal under contract and us helping you push that over the finish line so that you can go to closing and you can get rewarded for your time with a massive profit check and know that you're helping people. You're being an advocate when everybody else is not being an advocate for them. This is truly a rewarding program and system, and I'm looking forward to having you on board. That's a wrap on my end. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye now.